Hi, all. Welcome to the 420 Minute. I'm Deneen Glass. Glad you're with me today. So, I want to start out today by telling you all a little secret about me. Maybe it's not such a huge secret. Maybe everybody knows it, and I'm the only one fooling myself. But the secret I've decided to go ahead and share with you all this week is that I'm actually a fairly insecure person. And that may seem really strange, considering I'm able to do this every Saturday or Sunday, whatever today is. But the truth is, I grew up in a really chaotic household. I am an adult child of alcoholics. My parents were great parents. They tried their very best. They really did by my brother and I, but they had their own demons. And what I've come to realize is that those demons of theirs kind of definitely, I'm at a loss for words, but it's not a nature thing. It's definitely a nurture thing. I think that some of their insecurities kind of wore off on me. And what I've really come to realize as I've been working on this insecurity is that it affects everything. It affects my ability to work. It affects my ability to communicate with people effectively, especially loved ones. My spouse, my partner, David, and I've noticed that a lot of the issues that we have actually stem from either my insecurity or sometimes his insecurity. So insecurity is a really big deal, and I think we're all fooling ourselves if we think we're the only ones dealing with it. And so that's what I've chosen to think about with you today. And as I've thought about it and prayed about it and researched scripture about it, I think one of the ones that sticks with me the most, that maybe means the most to me, at least right now, comes out of 2 Timothy. And it's 2 Timothy 1, verse 7. And Paul is writing these words to Timothy, and he says, "For God has not given us a spirit of timidity and fear, but of power, love, and self-discipline." So when I read that, what I really came to realize is that my insecurities, my fears, they're not from God. They're maybe from my environment. They might be from my situation, my current situation. They might just be all in my head. And I think a lot of times they are all in my head. I want to share with you a story that has helped me kind of figure out maybe a way to muddle through some of that insecurity. And it's a story out of the Old Testament. And some people believe it's literal, some people believe it's metaphorical. It doesn't matter to me. Right now, I guess I'm dealing with it maybe a little more metaphorical. But it's the story of when those that were persecuted, those that were trying to follow God, came to, and they had lots of people, chasing them and trying to kill them, but they came to the Red Sea. You may have heard of it. And there's the story about the Red Sea parting. But I guess what struck me in the story this time was that the Red Sea didn't actually part until they stuck their toe in the water. Then the Red Sea parted. And in my imagination, they're like halfway out through the Red Sea before their enemies get to the sea. And what happens in the story? In the story, their chasers, their persecutors were swallowed up. And so, what that says to me is that if I don't allow my insecurities to get the best of me, if I'm able to remember that God did not give us a spirit of fear and timidity, then maybe next time something happens that sparks that insecurity, I can just stick even just one toe into that proverbial sea. And I know that because of the power and the love and the self-discipline that God has given us, that spirit, the Red Sea is going to part. That sea, that storm is going to part. There's a song by Jonathan something. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called No Longer Slaves. And some of the lyrics, some of my favorite part, it says, "You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears are drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I can stand and sing. I am a child of God." So my thought for you this week is, no matter your upbringing, no matter your nurture story, no matter what you've been dealing with in life, God has given you a spirit of power and of love and also self-discipline. And I think when we make the right choices through that self-discipline, when we're able to stick our toe in, when we're able to bear that olive branch to our partner, when we're able to do some of those things, it seems to me as if God really does bury those fears in perfect love. So my hope for you this week is that you will venture out of your insecurity, that you will remember that there's a lot of people out there that are probably dealing with the same thing you are. Go ahead, stick your toe in, take the chance. Find out that your fears can be drowned. And I think when we stick that toe in, whether it's, being the first to apologize, being the first to say, hello or good morning when we're mad, if we can just simply garner that kind of love and power, I think it'll do us great. It'll do us a great service in overcoming that insecurity. And I'm going to close with Proverbs 1:33. Whoever listens to me will live securely and free from fear of danger. Grace and peace.